Hey, you're listening to a brand new podcast episode by the Herschelle Saldanha show of It's All About People, where we learn and grow from people who are doing great in their career. In this podcast episode, we have a love life coach who is here to share on how we can build our relationship with the partner. So we welcome Dipti Rane ma'am to this podcast.
Hello everyone, I'm Dipti Rane, a love life coach from Jalgaon, the banana city of India, Maharashtra. I specialize in coaching for couples to help them improve their relationship by coaching them in different areas like communication skills, trust building, conflict resolution, and intimacy enhancement, and so on. So, with the help of coaching, couples can strengthen their bonds and they can create a healthier and more fulfilling relationship. And I believe that if both the partners are ready to work on their marriage, their relationship, the relationship will surely work.
Yes. And talking about relationship, it's a mindset of two different people. And we know during a
Yes.
relationship, there'll be a lot of conflicts that'll be happening with the partner and the another. So, what are the common challenges that partners face these days regarding the love life or the relationship?
Okay. So there are so many challenges that couples face in their relationship. I will tell you few challenges. The first challenge I feel is poor communication or lack of communication. So this is one of the most common challenges in relationship. To overcome this, it is very important for both the partners to communicate on the regular basis, to listen actively to their partners, and speak honestly and openly and avoid being defensive when they are having a conversation. Second issue I feel is intimacy. So there are, due to stress or lack of time or other factors, many couples struggle with intimacy in their relationships. So they don't make an effort to spend quality time with each other. To overcome this, it is necessary to couples to prioritize their relationship, spend quality time with each other, talk to each other about your needs, about your desires. So be open about your physical and emotional needs and find ways to make time for each other. Then I feel is trust issues are also there in the relationship. So trust is the foundation of any relationship, and trust in a relationship is not just limited to cheating of or like anything else. It includes other areas such as not keeping the promises, not being reliable, and not maintaining confidentiality. So if something is happening between you two, please don't share it with everyone else or don't gossip about it. So what happens is when trust is broken in any area of the relationship, it can lead to feelings of betrayal and can damage the relationship. Therefore, it is important for partners to be transparent, consistent, and to show a willingness to work towards building their relationship. Then I feel nowadays each and everyone is very career oriented and they have their own life goals. So both men and women have their own life goals. So sometimes in couples may have different life goals that can cause conflict. To overcome this, it is important to talk to each other about your goals, about your priorities, and find ways so that you can support each other and both the partners should be happy and fulfilled. Then, one last challenge I'll be talking about is over expectations. So, when you have over expectations from your partner, this can lead to disappointment. This can lead to frustration and resentment in a relationship. It is important to have realistic expectations from your partner. After all, your partner is a human being, so he cannot fulfill all of your expectations. So keep realistic expectations from your partner, and understanding each other's basic needs is very important. So these five challenges I feel is very important, and couples face these days.
Yes, even I agree with you as well. One conflict which I've told that when couples are going under conflict, they go and share that conflict to their friend or their family, and some third person gets involved into that relationship. and they will tell some ideas or suggestions ki maybe he's cheating on you or some wrong information to that partner, and because of that the relationship will get spoiled. And it
Yes.
happens because there is no proper communication between the partners, the husband and the wife, and because of that we are seeing these challenges. So talking about communication between husband and wife, what kind of communication that we have to improve, or how can we suggest them ki what kind of conversation that they need to have?
Okay. So before answering this, I would like to say that communication is base of any relationship. Even you see, na, you have communication with, like you have relationship with your friends or your family. Everything starts with communication. So it is the base of any relationship. I will tell you few strategies that can improve your communication or you can build effective communication. So first strategy is listen actively. What does that mean is you should be completely present in the conversation with your partner. If you're, it is the most important thing. When your partner is talking, give them your full attention and avoid interrupting them. You should not get distracted with your phone or your TV or any other work. So give your partner your complete attention, be present in that moment. I'm saying listen actively. It means not just hearing words like we hear the sounds of TV or any other thing, but it means understanding where your partner is coming from. So when your partner shares something, shares their feeling, uh, try to understand their perspective. What your partner exactly wants to convey. What are your partner's emotions at that time? What is there in the background of that conversation? So what your partner is feeling, you need to understand that. We only hear words and we make our own conclusions. We don't hear their point of view or their perspective. So paying attention to their tone of voice, their body language and their emotions. So when we pay attention to all these small things also, now it helps you to understand what they really mean, and so that you can respond in a more caring way. So it is not just about listening to what your partner says, but also about understanding how they feel and seeing things from their point of view. And second thing I can say is expressing your emotions. We all have emotions and we should know how to express them properly without hurting others' feelings. So share your emotions with your partner in a very clear and honest way. One thing we can do is using I statements in a way of expressing how you feel without blaming or criticizing your partner. Instead of saying, you make me feel angry, you can say, I feel angry when this happens. So this helps to avoid putting your partner on the defensive side, or instead it promotes open and honest communication. One more example I would like to give is, instead of saying, you never listen to me. This is a very common thing which women tell to their spouse, that you never listen to me. You can say that I feel unheard when I try to talk to you. So in this way, your partner can better understand how you're feeling, and you can work together to find a solution that works both of you. Then third thing is avoid defensiveness. So many times this happens that when discussing sensitive topics, avoid becoming defensive. Listen to your partner's concern and try to understand their perspective. Even if you don't agree with it, it's okay. But at least try to listen and be there. Getting defensive will convert your discussion into arguments, or it will increase the hurt feelings. So don't get defensive. Be, be there, listen to your partner. Then I think taking responsibility is also very important. Taking responsibility for your actions and avoid blaming your partner for problems in your relationship. And when there are some problems, if you feel, you apologize where there is necessary and work towards finding a solution. So the focus should always be on finding a solution that will both work both of the partners. One more thing in communication is I am always right. So this kind of feeling is like very common. Again, I will say that you should work together to finding a solution, because relationship is about two people. So everything cannot happen according to one partner. Both partners should be happy, should be fulfilled. So work on finding a solution that works both for both of you. And one more thing, timing is also very important. Suppose your partner is already very sad or already very stressed out, and you are telling them something which is not suitable for that time. So see if your partner is in the mood to talk about those sensitive topics, or if he or she is distracted already. So timing is also very important. And I feel the most important aspect of communication, which many people don't like give importance to, is non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication refers to the messages that are conveyed by your partner without using their words. So this can include things like body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. So when you pay attention to your partner's non-verbal communication, you can get important clues about how they are feeling and what they might be thinking. So I would like to give an example for this is, if your partner is avoiding a eye contact with you or not talking to you for a long time. So it could be a sign that they are feeling sad or upset. So by noticing such actions, you can respond in a way that is more sensitive and compassionate. So pay attention to non-verbal communications. It can help you to understand your partner's feelings and better and improve your communication and connection with them. And it is very important that your partner should be feel heard and loved. It can strengthen your relationship and improve your communication.
That's very well said, ma'am. You have covered all the scenarios that are actually possible during that conflict that we are having, when the partners are having. And usually, what happens if we see is they play a blame game, or they point fingers at each other that no, you are wrong, I am always right, and that thing happens. And later on, sometimes they bring their career as well. Because you're going to work, this thing is happening, or because I'm not able to manage the family, some bad things are happening in relationship. So they bring in some uncertain situations into the relationship. And having boundaries also is one of the important thing when it comes to in a
Yes.
relationship. So what kind of boundaries that the people should be setting, and how to maintain that healthy environment between the husband and wife?
Okay. Now, healthy boundaries in a relationship means setting limits and guidelines to protect yourself and your partner's well being. So, healthy boundaries should be there. Why healthy boundaries are important and how it can make a relationship healthy and fulfilling is like establishing boundaries show that you respect yourself and you also respect your partner. You respect their needs, you respect their limits. So healthy boundaries allows you and your partner to maintain your own individuality within the relationship. So when both partners establish and maintain boundaries, it builds a sense of trust in the relationship. Both partners needs, limits and individualities are valued. Healthy boundaries can help resolve conflicts in more constructive and respectful manner. So by maintaining healthy boundaries, you can ensure that your relationship is a source of happiness and fulfillment rather than stress and resentment. And developing healthy boundaries, to develop, you can take many steps. Like, first of all, you need to understand that what are the healthy boundaries, understand what you are and are not comfortable with in your relationship. So then communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your needs and expectations in the relationship without blaming or criticizing each other. Secondly, you can do is establish personal space and alone time and respect your partner's need for the same. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health, which can help you maintain healthy boundaries. So, understand what is important for you. Just as you expect your boundaries to be respected, be sure to respect your partner's boundaries as well. So, refuse to tolerate any abusive behavior or disrespectful behavior if it is there, and seek help or support if there is necessity. Then take responsibility of your own emotions and avoid expecting your partner to fix them for you every time. Being open to compromise or negotiation while still respecting your own values and needs. Being clear about your physical boundaries, including your sexual boundaries, what you like, what you don't like. It is very important for you to communicate to your partner. Avoid judgment or criticism of your partner's thoughts, feelings, or actions while still expressing your own concerns and needs. So it is very important for you to keep both of you to keep healthy boundaries so that you can build a fulfilling relationship. So you are not just a couple, you are an individual also. So behave like that.
Yes, it's like managing our personal life and as well as with the partner in a healthy way. So that is
Yes.
the basic thing that we have
Yes.
to focus on. I just want to go
Yes.
back to some years, that is when the teenage years, especially during the 18 to 25 years of age, when they initially start to get into a relationship. And what happens is that because of some insecurities, the boyfriend sees that the girlfriend is talking to some good looking male, or maybe the girlfriend sees that her boyfriend is talking to some good looking female. And there's again a conflict. There is non-verbal as well, where the cues are not, we are not ready to learn, or we are not able to understand during that time. So in that phase, how can that teenager or that adolescent understand how the relationship should be moving on, and what kind of boundaries that they need to be setting so that it does not break the relationship?
Okay. So in teenagers, they give so much importance to the current feelings and emotions. Right now, I'm feeling hurt, so they react very quickly. So for teenagers, they should try to control their reactions first. That okay, fine. If my partner is talking to someone, it's okay. Talking to someone is always not cheating, right? So it's okay if my partner is talking. So ask yourself, I don't trust that person, or that person doesn't love me. So in a relationship, if you try to control each and every action of the other person, how how you both will grow as a relation in a relation. That other person will feel suffocated, right? And our job is not to suffocate that person. Our job is to be in the relationship, to cultivate that relationship. So we should try to first understand ourselves that okay, I am feeling insecure, I am feeling this way, and it is okay to feel that. Don't just react quickly.
Yes, that's what is happening right now. The partners, they react to each other and they're not able to understand the feeling of, okay, what is it all about? Or they're not ready to get the concept key. Is she cheating on him? Or is it just like regarding some project, or just a best friend who they met after so many years?
Yes.
And that kind of perspective we need to have, such that we can improve and grow on our relationships. So next comes finding our life partner as well. So sometimes what happens, males or female, they go
Hmm.
approach maybe different girls or maybe different partners, and they're not able to settle for one. So how can they find out ki, okay, he is my perfect match, or she is the love of my life? So how can they find out?
Okay, now it's a very tricky question actually. It's there are so many, even my friends also dealing with the same thing. So they are seeing many girls and many males, but they are not able to find a like a perfect one. So where I can say is uh, that person doesn't click to me. This is a common sentence which I have heard many times. So it's okay. Firstly, you should understand that what are the qualities you want in your partner, okay, and what are the things which you cannot just adjust anyhow. So there are some qualities now we cannot just adjust, we cannot just tolerate. And while finding a partner, just realize that is there someone else in our head already? Is there someone from our past or someone from our surroundings which we are influenced by, that we compare, na? That okay, I want my husband or my wife should be like this only. So is there any image, a particular image already in the background? So what we do is we compare that image with that person. Okay, is it matching? Is it matching? Okay, if it's matched, then okay. Then we will go for it. So first clear your mind and ready to accept that person. Clearing your mind is very important. Many people does is they have some kind of past experiences, they have some past boyfriend or past girlfriend, and they compare their things with the future one, and they are searching for that same thing. So you first get clear about what you want, what qualities you want in your partner, and what you can offer to them. What you can offer to them is very important.
Yes. So again, that's very well said as well, because when the person has been already in a past relationship, they carry that baggage of the breakup or the negativities of their previous partner. And when they form a new relationship with someone else as well, they see in that perspective itself. Maybe in the past, that girlfriend left because, okay, by cheating, or it could be some other reason. And they think the same thing when they're in the new relationship as well. So that we have to come out such that, okay, it's a new beginning for us, and we have to clear, as you told, that we have to clear out all the things, and then we need to be clear key what kind of partner that we're looking for. And
Yes.
right now we know that many people, even you have also told in the initial point, that people focus on their careers. And when career come into play, where both the partners are working, and when they're able to become parents as well, so they're not getting enough time to be with each other, they're not getting time to play with their children as well. So in that environment, how can they improve as a relationship, or how can they grow together?
Okay. This is a very common challenge people are facing, especially in the metro cities where they are so busy in their lives. So it is common problem. I feel is that when you get married, okay. So what is your purpose to get married? You want a happy relationship. You want a partner who can support you, who can be with you. Okay. So first see whether both the partners are putting in the same efforts. Secondly, when life gets busy, when you have children, so it is not only one partner's responsibility to take care of your children. So you should be willing to support your partner, even if in the household chores, even if with the children. So be supportive. And what else I can say? I mean, you just ask.
Yeah,
It is actually a very common problem. People need to schedule their lives and people need to give importance to their relationship first. And children's raising children is a completely different task. That if both the partners are working, then it becomes very difficult. So both the partners should be supportive and should take the actions.
that's required as well when we are growing our relationship, because they are not able to understand their priorities, and again they think, again it's a blame game which is happening, that you have to look after the children, you have to look after the children. So overall, right now we know that as a relationship, it's tough, it's a continuously growing process, that like when two mindsets meet each other. So understanding the person, everything is required. And we have discussed so many things regarding relationship as well, like what are the things why relationships are breaking down, how we can improve communication skills, effectiveness, so many things. And for now, what is that one important message that you think it will help the couples this generation?
Okay. One message I want to give is whatever happens, don't just stop talking to each other. So, talking to each other is very important because communication can solve so many problems, almost all the problems. Secondly, take efforts. Many times partners don't take efforts. They stop taking efforts after a few months or few weeks of relationship. When they get married, they think everything is okay. Now our destination has arrived and we don't have to take the efforts. So don't stop taking efforts. You and your partner both should be willing to take efforts, and both should be willing to make your relationship work. So talk to each other, have open and honest communications. Even if you have disagreements, even if you have fights, it's okay, it's common. But talk to each other openly and accept each other. Acceptance is very important. This is how you can build your relationship, and this is how you can make your relationship work.
Yes, that's amazing message, ma'am. I hope that all the listeners who are listening till the end, if they are in a relationship, they will follow this message that you have told. And anyways, ma'am, we have discussed a lot about relationships. So again, we thank you for coming to this session and coming to this podcast and sharing your value to us. So and also thank you for your time and also for experiences that you have shared along this podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me.